Hello and welcome back to the Small Farm series. I uh, I updated the 135 and it disappeared when I came in, so I had to repurchase this. It's now the 140, so I get a whopping extra 4 horsepower. I know, I'm breaking the bank. I'm making it just too overpowered. An extra 4 horsepower is just going to rock the world. This thing will turn the world underneath its tires. It never actually moves anywhere. It just spins the earth underneath of it. So powerful. With that said, I regret to inform you I was having a really bad day at work the other day, and I just needed to come in and get some stuff done to take my mind off of everything. So I plowed this field and that field, and I spread manure on this field, and spreading manure is getting a little old. Uh, this should be called the manure spreading series because that's what we do a lot. I did record the whole thing, so I'll edit down to just a couple of, maybe a minute or two, version of the plowing. I really enjoyed plowing with this plow. If you can't tell, I actually have that plow now in my other series on Woes Nice. Woes Nice? Was Nice. I still don't know how to say it properly. But yeah, it's an awesome plow. It looks good on the back of the 398, 395. No, 398. I had it right. I'm silly. But yeah, it was just something to relax me after having a horrible day at work and dealing with stuff I didn't want to deal with that day. It was just a nice way to calm myself down and relax. So I do apologize for that, but at the end of the day, it's a game that I enjoy playing, and I'm going to play it if it helps me. So, in today's episode, with all that out of the way, we're going to seed both these fields. With what crop? I don't know yet because I'm flying by the seam of my pants today, and I hope you guys are here for the ride. Ba-da-ba-doo, ba-da-ba-doo-doo-doo. Yeah. I almost forgot about our greenhouse down here at the school, which would not be good. I don't think the kids would like it very much if I just let their projects die. So, we're gonna run down here with some water and put the manure that's still sitting there in the trough. And I'll probably bring down some more manure for the pile off camera. I'll probably do a couple of loads. 9,000 liters of manure goes a decent way, but not as far as I would like, I don't think. This thing does take, Yeah, so I only had 500 liters of water left, which means I probably have very little manure left. So I'll get this filled back up with the manure I got, and I will see you guys once that is done. After we are done seeding our fields, I think we should bring another load or two, maybe 3 or 4 loads of manure, just to get a heap and pile of beep sitting there by the school. I think that would be kind of funny. For us, at least, not the kids or the teachers at the school. But leaving a big heaping pile of manure somewhere, it should be on everyone's bucket list. I'm glad there isn't damage to buildings when you fly into them, do a mock chicken, like I just did with my bucket and my wooden door of my shop. That would have completely destroyed the door. Thankfully, Farm Sim is a little lax when it comes to the damage department. Now that that's the housekeeping done, let's figure out what crop we're gonna do, shall we? We did alfalfa in that massive field over there for that one contract. Let's just turn tractor off and take a little look-see. We'll do barley in this field, and we're gonna do soybeans in the field over there. Why soybeans? I don't know. It's a cash crop normally. I know you normally need a fairly large field for them to be profitable. But that's why we also have this field of barley. Barley's a very high yielding crop. And this is the bigger of the 2 fields, so that was my reasoning behind that. Hopefully now I'm coming to learn that I don't always need to be talking. I know, right? Weird. I don't always need to be talking, and the fact that if I'm not talking, I can just cut it out in editing. I can just cut, and next thing you know, I'm saying. So I was towing a car the other day. See what I did there? Anywho, no, I'm not Gerald Borshman from The Point TV. If any of you have ever watched him, he's an Australian. I'm not sure why I'm not on GPS. Don't ask me. I don't know. I've had a brain fart moment. I guess that's normally the reason why I set up my GPS line on this side, because I'm not perfectly lined up now on this side. So yeah, while we're seeding this, figured I would tell you a towing story that happened the other day. And it actually happened yesterday, to be honest with you. So we got this call for a truck that was sitting in this backyard. And the backstory is my one flatbed driver took it there 4 years ago and put it in this lady's backyard because that's where she wanted it. Problem being is to get it into the backyard between the tree line and her house, it took him almost an hour to get squeezed back there and another hour to get squeezed out. Why he decided to do it, I don't know. Maybe the lady paid him to put it back there, or he was just trying to be a nice guy. I'm not sure. Regardless, he scratched the tow truck up pretty good, getting it back there. So when she called to get it removed from her backyard 3 years later, because the original plan was, oh, it's just going to be there for the winter and I'm going to pull it out and fix it up. 3 years later, the back tires are seized on it now. Well, just the one back passenger tire. So I show up with my manager because we're like, it wasn't a busy day, so I was like, yeah, I'll go with you, help you steer it out. And we get there and we're like, we can't fit our tow truck, like our wrecker, through there without scratching it up. And it's a new wrecker, it's a 2018, it looks good. You don't want to damage anything, right? especially if we hit the house or hit the tree. The house is for sale, so that just adds another thing to it. And so we're like, okay, it's about 170 feet back from the where we can park the truck. So we got more than enough cable, and with a chain and a strap, we get a winch line to it. And the back driver's tire is seized, like I said. So as we're dragging it, this it's leaving a mark on the grass, which is to be expected. The tire's seized, and you want to get the truck out. And the owner shows up, and she starts losing her mind. I told you to take the truck back there and hook it up, blah, 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 blah. And we said, we can't get the truck back there. Well, your flatbed guy did. Yeah, and he shouldn't have done it in the first place. He scratched his truck all up. He was just trying to be a nice guy. We're just getting it out the only way we can. We can't physically get the truck back there to grab the back tires. It just won't work. Well, now you're dragging my grass. I felt like saying to the lady, what grass? Your lawn is brown. It's not even green anymore. So, and realistically, if you go back over with a rake or your foot, you can easily make it so you never even knew we were there in the first place. She should have been worried about the massive holes the truck was sitting in for 3 years, because the truck sunk down into the dirt to where you wouldn't be able to cut the grass over top of it because your lawnmower would get stuck in the holes that it left. So she was like, this is going to take 3 hours with a rake. It's going to take 3 hours with a rake. A 6-inch wide strip, 130 feet long, or 150 feet long. It's going to take you 3 hours to fix with a rake. Apparently. So this lady is talking on her phone the whole time. So we get it out beside the house and we ask her where she wants it now that it's in her driveway, and she is like, just up there, the end of the driveway, tied up to the trees, close to the road. So we're like, okay. So to get the truck close to the road, we gotta pull the tow truck onto the street. Not a big deal. It's not that busy of a street. So we pull it up. I'm sitting in the driver's seat of the truck that we're towing, so I got steering. And I make it so I have just enough room to open up the driver's door to get out. I figured that would be tight enough to the fence line. And we pull it up to where it's not nowhere close to the actual road. Like, we're still 6 feet off of the road. And she comes back out, still talking on the phone at this point, starts freaking out. Oh, that's too close to the road. The bylaw will give me a ticket in a hot minute. Don't you know about the bylaw? You should know. Why are you doing this? Why are you screwing around with me? And my manager says, why don't you get off your phone and actually show us where you want it, so we get it done right in the first place? Which doesn't go over well. Telling someone to get off their phone and not be distracted and actually give us some input of where you want something never goes over well, especially someone who's already being difficult to deal with. And she looks at me and she's like, you know the bylaw will give me a ticket, right? I was like, I'm sorry, lady, I don't actually live around here. I I only work here, so I'm not the person to ask or tell this to. So we grab the back wheel since we can now, and we push it back, and she's yelling on the phone to who I'm thinking is her husband. Now they're grabbing it the way they were supposed to in the first place. Yes, but we still couldn't get our truck back there. So what could have easily been $150, $170 bill was free. We just said, you know what, let's just get out of here. This lady's obviously upset. She was calling us both names, said that we were horrible people. We're just ruining her day, and she's so hard done by, pretty much, moral of the story. and that we're dum-dums and we shouldn't know what we're doing, or we don't know what we're doing. The other guy was so nice and we're just the scum of the earth. So we were like, you know what, let's just leave. I was just there helping them out. I wasn't expecting any money out of it at all myself. But it is always nice to at least pay for the truck and the fuel. But you can't win them all, I guess. Anyway, so that was my experience yesterday of being yelled at for doing my job. When we told the lady on the phone in the first place, both the gentleman who put it back there for her 3 years ago said, I won't be able to get this back out, we'll need to winch it out. And our office dispatcher also said that we probably won't be able to get a truck back there, we'll have to winch it out. And with all of these people saying that, she still expected something completely different and impossible to do without causing damage to either her house or our truck. I think we made the right call. She doesn't, obviously. She thinks that we're dumbasses. Can I say dumbasses? I'm not sure. Sorry, YouTube, if I can't say that word. But I just did. I've already set up these videos so they say that they're not made for kids, so I think that's my saving grace. So I think if you say the video is made for kids, you can't comment on it, from what I've picked up. My first ever video I posted was the fireworks video, and I said, oh yeah, this video is good for kids. And the comments were disabled, so I can only assume that's because I had it marked made for kids. And I've seen a couple other people's videos saying that it's made for kids and the comments are disabled on that as well. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say if a video is made for kids, the comments are disabled. So I don't want that. So hopefully, with my videos being marked not for kids, I can say the occasional swear word. And if you know me in real life, you know I sprinkle some words in like it's parsley through sentences. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that meme going around, but that's the meme. And that's very true to me. I have a trucker's mouth. So I personally think I've done pretty good not swearing on YouTube. I think, which is an accomplishment for me. I think it's just normally the standard for most people, but to me it's an accomplishment, and I'm proud of that. So, that's this field done. With me hooting and hollering and ranting and raving the whole time, we are now done our big field with barley, which is great. Wonderful. Proud of myself. And I said we were going to do soybeans in this field, I think. Oh, well, I'm going to have a corner of barley there because I left the seeder on. This isn't a direct drill. So that's great. So let's try getting this side done with the soybeans. I know I did miss a little bit right there beside the grass line. I'm not too worried about it because realistically that grass strip separating these two fields should be a little bit bigger. I might actually make it a little bit bigger once I've got both these sides seeded off camera. But since you just did watch me seed that whole field and talk over the whole thing, I know I never be quiet. It's almost like you're watching a video or something where the guy just doesn't shut up. Anywho, I will see you guys back here in the same video that you're watching now, unless you click off. Please don't click off. Please don't do it. Please watch to the end. I want to get my watch time up. Please. I have begging you. While you're feeling pity for me, you might as well like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like it, there's a button for that too. I don't blame you if you hit the thumbs down button. I got my first downvote the other day. It's not that big deal. Not a big deal at all. No, it's not like finding your first gray hair or something. Um, the downvote was me. I downvoted my own video. Anyways, I will see you guys when this field is done. So we've got 36% left in our seeder after sowing both our fields, which I think is pretty good, realistically. Need to move that can. It's getting a little annoying that I'm filling up with fuel every time I try to fill up with water or seed, probably even lime. Considering that this seeder is only 700 liters, I think that pellet of seed will last us a fairly long time. So the only thing to do now is to work with some more manure. I know, more manure. This game or this series should definitely be called Manure Farm, because that's all we seem to do is work with manure. But manure is a very powerful thing, if you didn't know. It's not really. We're just using it as cheap fertilizer. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take 3 loads of manure down to the greenhouse, just so it's down there and we don't have to make 2 trips every day. Just 1 trip down with the bucket and the water trailer, and every once in a while just go and fill up the pile of manure with the trailer. And since we've done so much manure work, if you haven't been watching this series, we seem to do something with manure almost every episode. Which is horrible, I know, but it's just how the cards have fallen. I'm going to do this all off camera once we get a nice big pile of beep at the school. That is a big pile of manure, if I ever do say so myself. I think there's like 40,000 liters of some sort sitting there. I can only imagine the smell. I am glad we don't have smell-o-vision yet. I think that's science has gone too far when we get smell-o-vision. Let me just cut you off, because why not? I do whatever I want. So, with that said, we've got manure down there for the greenhouse. We still have to transport the water back and forth. Not a big deal. We got both our fields planted. There's seeds in the ground. That's all that matters. So they'll start growing. Both our fields here are fully fertilized, so we should get good yields off of those. We still have our bales to sell. We're waiting on a good price for that. Just park you over here. Good spot as any. What kind of price are we looking at right now for our bales? Probably not that great. I think it's still the same in-game day as the last one. 129. That's gone up a bit. We might considering selling those there because I think that's the corn stock. No, that's corn stock. That's soybean. Soybean sitting at the same price. So we'll probably end up doing that in the next episode. So with that said, guys, thank you guys for watching. It means a lot to me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Commenting down below lets me know that you're watching this and you're enjoying it. So does liking. If you don't like it, there's a button for that too. With that all said, guys, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.